Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to Remember 2004. Very good fucking year. 2004 was a lit ass year, especially with the rap music. Oh my god, all that crunk music that came out. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Everybody in the club get tipsy. That was my shit. Of what it is, ho. Oh, what's up? What's up? Can a nigga get in them good? Hit you up like you ain't been cut, big guy. Oh yeah, yeah. That was my shit, man. Shout out to 2004, man. 2004 was a lit ass year, man. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's reminisce on the good times of 2004. Let's get it.
Peace up, A-Town.
Oh, that's no. In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, I didn't know how I was gonna start this video, but I wanted to take a look back at what life was like during one of the most interesting years of the Y2K era, 2004. 2004 was easily one of the most iconic and memorable years of the 21st century thus far. So many major events happened this year that left a lasting impact on pop culture as a whole. As of making this video, 2004 was 20 years ago, which is just crazy to me. It's hard to believe that this year was 2 decades ago, and I remember witnessing most of the events that happened in real time. You just had to be there. I was a little kid during this year, and I have so many fond memories of just being in elementary school with everything that was going on in the world around this time. 2004 was a big year for technology, fashion, communication, politics, celebrity scandals, and so much more. And this was around the time when almost everything felt like one big event, and people just felt a little bit more connected with reality. The Bush years were definitely something. There was just so many iconic film releases, TV shows, and music that came out this year, making 2004 one of the most exciting and memorable years we have ever witnessed. 2004 was a year full of some of the craziest pop culture moments from start to finish. In sports, the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers. The Detroit Pistons won the NBA Finals over the Lakers.
Bitch, did you just say the Pistols? The fuck? The Pistons, sir. The Pistons. Get it right. I'm not even from Detroit and I feel disrespected. The Pistons, sir. Not the Pistols. You couldn't even get away with that. Not in today's society. You couldn't even get away with a team named the Pistols, the AKs, the Nine. You couldn't get away with that shit in today's society. Not how sensitive everything is. 2004, probably, yeah, but by this point now, you have to change the name without question. You can no longer call yourself the Pistols. Why not? Gun violence. It's been gun violence since the fucking 50s. What the fuck is the difference now? It's in the schools. Once again, gun violence has been going on since the 50s. What the fuck is the difference now? I'm saying though, but nah, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real.
Maria Sharapova became the third youngest woman to win the Wimbledon medal at the age of 17, and the Olympics took place in Athens, Greece later that summer.
Yeah, and then the men's basketball team fucked around and got the bronze medal. There's a goddamn what's his name? What's his name? The coach. Who's the coach name? I forgot his name. Larry Brown, I believe that's his name, Larry Brown. Yeah, fuck Larry Brown. He the reason why Allen Iverson didn't reach his full potential. Fucking bastard.
2004 was the year when the Da Vinci Code spent a second year atop the New York Times bestsellers list, and this was also the year when social media was slowly starting to take off. Early in the year, MySpace had gained 1 million users, while Mark Zuckerberg became a millionaire overnight when he launched Facebook, changing the way we all interact with each other online.
Niggas didn't really have niggas didn't really have the internet around this time. Like, niggas had computers, but niggas didn't have internet around this time. Like, internet was OD around this time. Like, once dial-up was no longer the norm, you couldn't do shit. Dial-up was no longer the norm, and you had to upgrade to that phone, TV, DSL. Phone, TV, DSL. If your credit wasn't right, you wasn't getting no phone, TV, DSL. Your ass was getting cable and phone. Fuck that internet. That internet only come if you got that good credit. But yeah, niggas only had that phone and that TV. Fuck that DSL, nigga. You better do your work at the library. Better pay attention in class. That's what I was always told. It's like, damn, I can. It's like, see, that's why I can't get nowhere, because motherfuckers don't never got the fucking resources. Then how am I supposed to get to where I'm supposed to get to, and y'all ain't providing me with the fucking resources? It's like, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault. All right.
Line. The Bratz dolls were amongst some of the hottest toys of the year, as well as the Robo Sapien robots. In technology, Apple released their iPod Mini as well as the iPod Photo. Motorola released their iconic Razr flip phone.
The goated flip phone, dog. The goated flip phone right here, nigga. There was no other phone like that one, bro. The Razr, oh my god, nigga. 2000, take me back, bro. Take me back, bro. This was the most goated phone. Nah, the Sidekick is the most goated phone, but flip phone. We talking flip phones here. If we talking flip phones,
that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
motherfucking Razr is top fucking tier. But the most goated phone of the 2000s by far, Sidekick. Hands down. The Sidekick was the best phone of the 2000s. I know everybody gonna be like, the iPhone. The iPhone wasn't popping in the 2000s, bro. That shit was too expensive. Niggas couldn't really afford it at the time. And then when they finally lowered the price and made it more affordable for people, that's when people started getting iPhones. Fuck you mean?
Phones, which were all the rage back then. You just had to have one, as they were the hottest phone at the time. And if you were a gamer, this was the year when portable gaming systems had completely started to take over the gaming industry. Nintendo released their DS, and Sony released the PSP in Japan earlier that year. 2004 was also a year full of celebrity.
Oh, fuck the DS, nigga. Fuck that weak ass DS. You got a DS, nigga, we was whooping your ass, nigga. PSP gang. You already know how we rocking over here, bruh. PSP gang on gang, nigga. We the PSP gang. We don't play that weak ass bullshit over here. What y'all thought this was? We're gonna be fucking DS boys. Nah, fuck y'all DS niggas. We will whoop y'all ass, dog. Beat y'all ass. Y'all DS niggas ain't on shit. PSP gang for life. Fuck you mean? Gang shit over here.
Gossip and scandals that were some of the biggest pop culture moments of the decade. Howard Dean let out his infamous Dean scream while addressing his supporters, and later lost the election to George W. Bush, who won his second term as the President of the United States. Ashley Simpson got caught lip-syncing on SNL. Arnold Schwarzenegger earned his infamous nickname, the Governator. Fantasia won the third season of American Idol.
My black
Beyonce
sister
took home 5 Grammy Awards for the first time without Destiny's Child as a solo artist.
Damn.
Peter Jackson took home 3 awards at the Oscars for Best Director, Best Picture, and Best Screenplay for the Lord of the Rings sequel. There were also so many celebrity couples that took the world by storm this year, from Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz to Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Prince William and Kate Middleton went public with their love on a romantic getaway ski trip, while J-Lo and Ben Affleck called off their engagement, and J-Lo later married Mark Anthony that year, so... And then Britney Spears got married to her childhood friend Jason Alexander in Vegas, later getting divorced after 55 hours. She later married Kevin Federline that year, which was, you know, a choice.
Kevin Federline. I remember that nigga beat up John Cena on WWE. I still can't stand WWE for that shit to this day. How the fuck you let Kevin Federline beat up John Cena? I still never forget the WWE for that. What the fuck was y'all thinking?
Jude Law was named Sexiest Man Alive according to People magazine. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were on every red carpet event. Lindsay Lohan was everywhere. And Friends said goodbye after 10 years of being on the air.
And I'll never forgive them for doing this shit, because they ain't do this shit for none of the black sitcoms. They ain't do this for Living Single. They ain't do this for Martin. I don't know if they did it for Fresh Prince. Y'all gotta tell me. Y'all was old enough around that time. The people that was old enough around that time, y'all gotta tell me. Did they do it for the Fresh Prince? Let me know. I don't know if they did it for the Fresh Prince. I know they didn't do it for Martin. I know they didn't do it for Living Color. I know they didn't do it for Living Single. They didn't do it for any of the UPN shows. They didn't do it for fucking Family Matters. They didn't do it for a lot of goated ass shows, but they did it. They had a big send off. They had it on the radio. They had it on TV. It was everywhere. I turned to Nickelodeon one time, and Nickelodeon was like, NBC is proud to present the final episode of Friends, premiering on this day, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, why is they promoting this everywhere? They telling kids to go watch this shit. We ain't trying to watch no motherfucking Friends. We trying to watch SpongeBob, bitch. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? We trying to watch fucking SpongeBob. These motherfuckers over here. NBC is proud to present. Fuck out of here.
Perhaps the most talked about pop culture moment of 2004 had to be the Super Bowl incident. During the 2004 Super Bowl half,
I spoke about this in my video, which is going to take even longer now because shocking video evidence has finally come out about a certain someone who's on this fucking list. Not only that, another person got into a rap beef with another fucking person that's on the list, and now I gotta fucking redo his fucking part. Now I gotta add another part on because of his part. And oh my god, this shit gonna take forever, dog. Will y'all niggas just sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up so I can make this fucking video? Jesus Christ, bro. It's been 3 months I've been working on this fucking video. 3 months! 3! I've been working on this fucking video for damn near almost 3 months, bro. It's finna be 3. It's 2 months actually, but it's finna be 3 because we in the middle of May, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to get this shit done on Sunday. I was right there too, 90 fucking %. All I had to do was redo my Drake part because Drake got into the beef with Kendrick, and all I had to do was redo my Drake part. Now this nigga Diddy done fucked around and got involved. Oh my. I ain't gonna never finish this fucking video. I think what I'm about to do is I think I'm about to release it one artist at a time. Cause I'm trying to get y'all this video. I promise y'all I'm trying to get this video out to y'all. I've been promoting this video on my live streams for the longest, bro. I was 90% done. All I had to do was my Drake part done. The Diddy video came out. Now I have to add more to the Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. But y'all, but this is definitely on here because I had to add Justin Timberlake. I had to add Justin Timberlake. I had to. I hate that nigga for what he did to Janet Jackson. I had to.
halftime show, Janet Jackson was chosen as the main headliner for this year's show. Diddy, Jessica Simpson, Kid Rock, and so many others joined her on stage. And honestly, this performance was just so chaotic and all over the place. They didn't need to be there because, you know, Janet Jackson, she just has so many iconic hits where she could have done this by herself, but I digress. Justin Timberlake was the surprise guest as he ended up ripping off a piece of her top, which revealed her breast on live television. And this moment just caused so much backlash and outrage among—
I remember that moment too. I saw that shit. They had it up close on the titty too. They didn't have it far away. They had it up close on the titty. You could see all the nipple and everything. I'm like, my mama immediately, boy, if you don't look away, look away, look away. I'm sorry. She has some nice titties. I'm sorry. Mama whoop my ass for that shit. I'll get my ass whooped for him. That's another reason too I hate Justin Timberlake. I got my ass whooped for looking at titties.
amongst viewers and NFL fans, with some people saying it was indecent and inappropriate. People often refer to this as the Nipplegate or the Janetgate, with the term wardrobe malfunction being introduced to the mainstream media. Due to the backlash of the wardrobe malfunction, Janet Jackson was actually blackballed from the music industry, having her songs and videos banned and not being invited to most major award shows. Justin's career, on the other hand, skyrocketed as he continued to dominate.
This I go in on Justin. Just please believe me, I go in on Justin. Justin got his. Please believe me. This bitch ass nigga right here got his. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This nigga a hoe, bro. This nigga a hoe. Janet Jackson's whole career went down the drain because this bitch ass, the most iconic Jackson aside from Michael. The most iconic Jackson aside from Michael got disrespected and pushed to the side because this nigga wanted to rip her fucking titty out. It was never her fault. It was his fault. How's she getting blamed for something he did? She didn't rip the titty out herself. He ripped the titty out. But oh no, let's protect the white boy. Let's protect the white boy. Fuck the black woman that didn't do nothing at all. Let's attack the white boy. Let's protect the white boy at all costs. You see what they do? You see what they do to us? You see what they do to my brothers and sisters out here in this world that's just trying to make it? Even when you at your highest, they find one fucking reason. One. And it's not even your fucking fault. But they still put it on you. Just one reason. Take her down. Bring Beyonce up. Bring Britney Spears up. Bring Taylor Swift in. Fuck Janet Jackson. That's what they did, bro. That's all they did, bro. It was divide and conquer, bro. That's all they fucking do, bro. Well, I hate the fucking industry.
The musical landscape throughout the 2000s, and he threw Janet under the bus, which was just, bizarre, but nothing too surprising coming from Justin Timberlake. The 2000s was just a weird time. Despite the controversy, this performance ended up being one of the most iconic and memorable Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. So 2004 was one of the biggest years for the film and television industry. There was just so many iconic releases throughout the year from January to December. We were just blessed with so many classics that left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry as a whole.
Facts.
This had to be easily the busiest year for film.
Definitely not The Passion of Christ. Get The Passion of Christ the fuck out of here. I was definitely not a fan of that shit. They tried to force me to watch that. I said no. That shit was long. It was boring. I did not want to watch that. No. Get The Passion of Christ the fuck up out of here. Listen, man, I'm all for God and religion and all that, but get that movie the fuck out of here.
Releases during the 2000s decade, and possibly one of the greatest of all time in recent memory. This year was definitely a treat for moviegoers, as every month was just a new experience. And this was just a few short years before the Marvel takeover, as we got to experience a wide variety of genres in film throughout the year, with everything you could think of, from comedies to action adventure, to dramas, rom-coms, science fiction, animation, and everything in between. You just had to be there. Films like Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, as well as Spider-Man 2, were some of the highest grossing and most anticipated film releases of the year. These two films ended up being two of the most popular film franchises of all time, bringing in large fan bases and billions of dollars worldwide in merchandise and ticket sales. The Passion of the Christ ended up being the 5th highest grossing film of the year, and became the highest grossing R-rated film of all time due to its gory nature. Critics praised this film for its use of storytelling, acting, direction, and accurate yet horrifying depiction of Jesus Christ's death on the cross. This was also the year of comedies, as many of them took the entertainment industry by storm. You had films like Napoleon Dynamite, White Chicks, and Mean Girls,
the motherfucking ghosts right here, bro,
gaining widespread recognition and acclaim by.
Bruh, these were the fucking best this year, bro. Mean Girls, White Chicks, SpongeBob movie, Incredibles. What was the other one? What was the other one again? I forgot, but hell yeah, it was hella good releases this year. Spider-Man 2, hell yeah, bro. 2004 was fucking goated, bro.
Critics and fans. Everyone really enjoyed
Napoleon
watching their
Dynamite.
favorite awkward nerd navigate through life in Napoleon Dynamite, and the Wayans brothers cross-dress as undercover cops in White Chicks. Mean Girls was the clear standout comedy release of the year. It's arguably one of the most iconic comedies of all time in my opinion. So Mean Girls starred Lindsay Lohan, who was the ultimate it girl at the time. She was just everywhere back then, you couldn't escape her. And this movie was a classic 2000s teen comedy that defined an era and has stood the test of time over the years. Well, kind of. Mean Girls just has so many quotable and memorable lines, and so many scenes that are still referenced decades later. It's one of those movies that just lives rent-free in everyone's mind. The film is considered a cult classic and a fan favorite amongst millions of people around the world.
Movie.
And
Hands
the biggest
down.
film of the year
Mean Girls
was
is a golden
DreamWorks'
movie.
Shark Tale. Okay, I'm kidding. DreamWorks' other film, Shrek 2, actually ended up being the biggest film of the year. After the success of the first Shrek way back in 2001, fans finally got the long-awaited sequel in 2004, and it did not disappoint. Shrek 2 blew the first one out of the water, becoming the highest-grossing film of the year, and became the 5th highest-grossing film of all time at the time of its release. It also became the highest-grossing animated film of all time until it was later surpassed by Toy Story 3 in 2010. Shrek 2 currently holds the record for highest-grossing DreamWorks animated film of all time, which is just really impressive. Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, and Eddie Murphy all returned to reprise their iconic roles as Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey, as well as being joined by some new characters and some new adventures. This movie was just a perfect mix of comedy, action, suspense, and romance, making it the best in the Shrek franchise in my opinion. Other major film releases in 2004 included Meet the Fockers, The Day After Tomorrow, The Bourne Supremacy, Shark Tale, National Treasure, 13 Going on 30, The Polar Express, $1 Million Baby, The First Saw, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, The SpongeBob SquarePants Movie, The Notebook, The Incredibles, and so many more. The television landscape of 2004 was also filled with so many classics. By this point in time, millions of Americans were tuning into shows like Arrested Development, SpongeBob SquarePants, and American Idol. Throughout the year, we saw so many premieres, surprises, and cancellations, making this a major turning point for American television during the 2000s. This was the year where we said goodbye to many classic shows that dominated the television landscape during the 90s and early 2000s, including shows like Sex and the City, Everybody Loves Raymond, The Parkers, Frasier, and so many more. After dominating television during the 90s and early 2000s, fans said goodbye to Rachel, Ross, Chandler, Monica, Joey, and Phoebe as the hit sitcom Friends came to an end with the two-part finale airing back in May of 2004. The Friends finale brought in a total of 52.5 million viewers, making it the 5th most watched overall finale for a television series in the US, and became the most watched TV finale during the 2000s decade. The finale was well received by critics, cast members, and fans of the show, with many people considering it to be one of the best TV show finales ever. 2004 was also the year for many new television programs, including The Apprentice, Lost, Desperate Housewives, and House, to name a few. The Simple Life debuted in the spring of this year and became an instant smash hit overnight. The show revolved around celebrity besties Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie as they were challenged to do the impossible, work regular 9-to-5 jobs. And there was just something so funny and interesting seeing these spoiled brats work regular jobs. The Simple Life just had so many unforgettable and funny moments that were just too iconic. And if you were a child around this time, you were blessed with so many good shows. There was just so much variety in children's entertainment during this year. Cartoon Network had shows like 16 and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Disney Channel had Phil of the Future and American Dragon, Jake Long. And Nickelodeon had shows like Unfabulous, Danny Phantom, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, and Drake and Josh, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. As you can see, this year was just stacked with great films and TV shows that left a great big mark on the entertainment industry, capturing the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. 2004 was one of the most eventful years we have ever seen for both the big screen and the small screen. Like film and television, the musical landscape of 2004 was also a pretty stacked year. This year was my personal favorite year for mainstream music during the 2000s, with some of the most memorable songs and albums all being released around the same time. This year we saw a wide variety of genres and artists dominate the radio and charts. The genres varied from pop to punk rock to R&B to dancehall, alternative, and hip-hop. Some of the biggest artists
I'll tell y'all, dog. 2004 as an all-around, we talking pop, country, rock. 2004 had it all, but 2005 did it better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, my boy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
2004 would have been the GOAT if 2005 never did it better. If 2005 never would have did it better, oh man, y'all don't know about 2005, bro. 2005 is litty. When it comes to the music side, I'm sorry, but 2005 got it, bro. 2007 is a very good year. 2003 was a good year as well. 2004 was fucking lit, but 2005 is the fucking GOAT, bro. Of all the music years that we gone back and listened to throughout my music series so far, 2005 is the best. Oh my God. The iconicness of 2005. It's so iconic. I can't really describe it. But I will say 2004 was the latest though. 2004 was the latest, but it's not goated. It can't be goated because 2005 did it way better on a higher scale. So 2004 from a music perspective is litty, but it's not 2005. I'm sorry.
of the year included artists like Avril Lavigne, Evanescence, Ashley Simpson, and Maroon 5. Maroon 5 were actually just starting to break into mainstream around this time with their smash hit This Love, which was one of the biggest hits of the year. Britney Spears reached her peak in popularity as a main pop girl around this time as well. After releasing her fourth studio album In the Zone in late 2003 and constantly being the center focus of tabloids, Britney Spears continued to dominate and stay relevant all throughout 2004, whether it be her music or her controversy. She had hits like Toxic and Every Time, which became some of her biggest hits in her career. Black artists really dominated 2004 as hip-hop, R&B, dancehall, and crunk had become the most—
Why we gotta be black artists? Why you just can't say hip-hop artists? Why we gotta be black artists?
popular musical genres in the United States. This was the year where every Billboard #1 single was by a black artist. Well, not Fat Joe. He's not black. He's actually Dominican, I believe, but that's besides the point. This was just a big year for artists like Beyonce, Outkast, Alicia Keys, Nelly, Ciara, and so many more. My favorite song of the year was If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. That song slaps. Kanye West went from a then up-and-coming producer to a rap superstar overnight when he dropped his highly anticipated debut album, College Dropout, in 2004. This album had hits like Through the Wire, All Falls Down, and Slow Jams. Kanye was able to solidify—
Correction, sir. He dropped it in 2003. The album carried over into 2004. What the fuck?
himself as one of the biggest breakthrough artists of the decade and the year with this iconic album. And you can't talk about 2004 without mentioning the hottest artist of the year, Usher Raymond. Usher dominated 2004 and reached his highest commercial—
As great as Kanye is, he was just starting out. This nigga Usher, when he dropped Confessions, first thing first, we gotta shout out Jermaine Dupri for the one time, man. One time for Jermaine Dupri.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
First thing first, we gotta give Jermaine Dupri his flowers because Jermaine Dupri wrote this entire album. The fact that Jermaine Dupri wrote this entire album based off his own personal experience and used Usher and Chilli's relationship to drive a fucking narrative to sell a fucking album that went diamond. This is, for those of y'all that are unaware, Usher Confessions is the only, and I repeat, the only R&B album. R&B, meaning we're talking years of guys. We're talking Marvin Gaye. We're talking Gerald Levert, Luther Vandross, Jodeci, New Edition, Bobby Brown, Genuine, R. Kelly, B2K. I'm trying to think of like just random R&B cats before 2000. Fuck it. Drew Hill, Cisco. All those guys from the 2000s and the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. Nobody in the R&B genre has ever went diamond. Usher is the only R&B artist to have a diamond. And no, Chris Brown has no diamonds. He has platinums, but he ain't got no diamonds. R. Kelly's still the GOAT, though. I'm sorry. R. Kelly's still the GOAT. Usher is top 2. But R. Kelly is still the GOAT, okay? I don't care what y'all say. When we talking this R&B shit, R. Kelly is still the GOAT. I'm sorry. Even if he is a freaky frog. Even if R. Kelly is still a freaky frog still.
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Peak as the artist
Girls
of the
who
year.
are
This man was
teenagers.
just everywhere this year after he dropped his 4th studio album, Confessions. Confessions was a massive album that helped solidify his status as the king of R&B. The album broke many records, selling over 1 million copies in its first week, winning multiple awards, and having 4 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, placing it in 2nd place for an album with the most #1 hits of all time. By the end of 2004, Confessions had sold a total of 8 million copies in the US, making it the highest selling album of the year and the 2nd highest selling album in the US during the 2000s, right behind NSYNC's album No Strings Attached back in 2000. As of now, Usher's Confessions has sold a total of 15 million copies worldwide, making it the highest selling male R&B album this century. Yeah, which featured Ludacris and Lil Jon, was the lead single of the album. This song was a monster hit when it first came out, becoming Usher's biggest hit to date.
Facts.
You couldn't go anywhere in 2004 without
Facts.
hearing this song being played.
Facts. Yeah, got overplayed to the fucking moon. Thank God for Lovers and Friends, because if it wasn't for Lovers and Friends, this song would have got the fuck. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. This is still a fun song to listen to. It's still a fun fucking song to listen to, but man, 2004, 2005, 2006, they ran this song into the fucking ground. I'm sorry. They ran this song into the fucking ground. They grinded the meat and bones out this motherfucker till it turned into dust. They was still trying to. It's like, no, it's still a little bit left. It's still a little bit left. Do do, yeah. They grinded that shit till it was dust. Oh my God. It was like, nigga, it's 2006. Give it a break. Thank God for Lovers and Friends, because if it wasn't for Lovers and Friends, this song would not be tolerable today, for me personally. For me personally, this song would not be tolerable. It'd be in that same category where Hey Ya and fucking Lose Yourself by Eminem. Them two songs I cannot tolerate. I cannot at all. I hate those songs to this fucking day because they got played to the fucking dust. Okay? This song, thank God for Lovers and Friends. That's all I'm going to say. Tell me again. Tell me again, my baby. We lovers and friends.
played somewhere, whether it was on the radio, parties, weddings, school dances, bat mitzvahs, sporting events, and even more. The song was just so inescapable back then. Thanks to its infectious beat and catchy earworm chorus, Yeah was able to skyrocket to the top of the charts, where it ended up staying at the #1 spot for a total of 12 weeks. The song became the biggest hit of the year and the second biggest hit of the 2000s, right behind Mariah Carey's comeback single We Belong Together in 2005. Usher had other major hits this year that dominated the charts. These hits included Burn, which stayed #1 for 8 weeks, Confessions Part 2 for 2 weeks, and My Boo with Alicia Keys, which stayed #1 for 6 weeks. Usher dominated the year, spending a total of 28 weeks at the #1 spot, which was more than half of the year. 2004 was a great year for music, with so many iconic and memorable releases from some of the biggest artists. It was just a great time to be a millennial. Like I said earlier, 2004 was one of the most exciting years we have ever witnessed. This year was easily one of the most iconic and memorable years of the 21st century thus far. There was just so many major events that happened this year that left a lasting impact on pop culture. There were so many other major events that happened this year, like the death of Ray Charles, Marlon Brando, and Ronald Reagan, Google introducing Gmail, World of Warcraft launching as the biggest PC game in history, Christina Aguilera on SNL's season finale, Michael Phelps winning his first 4 gold medals at the Olympics, Green Day's big comeback, Gwen Stefani's debut album, and this moment at the Billboard Music Awards.
Like my body.
All in all, 2004 was just
But
a
Janet
fun
Jackson
time
got
with
canceled.
so much going on from start to finish. So what did you think of 2004, and what was your favorite pop culture moment of the year? What was your favorite film release, favorite album, what was your favorite song, favorite celebrity scandal, what was your favorite sports event, and was this the best year of the 2000s decade? Let me know down below.
But there is one thing you left out. There's one thing you left out, my boy. There's one thing you left out about 2004 that will always make 2004 go there. There's two entities you left out that I'm shocked you did not include. You left out this. You left out this. How can we talk about 2004, right? And not talk about this song right here.
Ting drinking is very bad. Yo, I got a fake ID though. Yeah. 2-step with me, 2-step with me, 1. Then comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Everybody drunk out on the dance floor. Baby girl ass jiggle like she want more. Like she a groupie and I ain't even no tour. Maybe cause she heard that I rhyme hardcore. Or maybe cause she heard that I buy out the stores. Bottom of the ninth and the nigga got the score.
And then I gotta move on to the next whore.
Here comes the 3 to the 2 to the 1. Homeboy tripping, he don't know I got the gun. When they come to pop and we do shit for fun. You ain't got one, nigga, you better run. Now I'm in the back getting head from my huns. While she going down, I'm bragging on what I done. She smoking my blunt, saying she ain't having fun.
Bitch, give it back now, you don't get none. Everybody in this bitch get tipsy. 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 Alright. That's the first song. I think the greatest song of 2004, hands down. The greatest song of 2004, hands down. I don't care what y'all say, I don't care how y'all feel. This is the greatest song of 2004, without question. If you ever been to the parties around this time, you would know this.
Yo, this for my nigga, DJ 6.
You would know this. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. You should know by now. You can't talk about 2004. If you ain't never been to the parties in 2004 or 2005, 2004, 2005, this song had like a 2-year span. If you was never at a party when this song played, you missed out. The freakiest of the freakiest over here. I'm talking about girls just dropping it low, ass out, coochie showing on some freaknik shit. Y'all don't understand, bruh.
He's a freaky ass nigga. Freaky frog! You freaky! You a freaky frog! Fucking freaky frog! Freaky frog!
Put it out. Put it out. Put it out.